Welcome to today's video of the self-healing series, and today I want to talk about joy in doing. Joy in doing is very underrated, and if your motivation in doing isn't joy, then it adds up to, over time, it's going to add up to frustration, and it is one of the significant causes of chronic pain. And we talk about chronic physical pain here and how it connects to how we think and what we do, and basically how we can learn to reprogram ourselves not to have to suffer on a daily basis with chronic pain. And so if you've been conditioned that doing is the priority, no matter on the joy in that, then there are layers and layers under which only you can find where the joy is and where that doing associated with it is. It is similar to alignment. Alignment is knowing yourself, but alignment is coming back to yourself, understanding what you need when you need it, and coming back to that action that then doesn't exhaust you over time. Because if you're doing out of alignment, then over time you find yourself exhausted also, and just lost, frustrated, because the action you're doing isn't aligned with like your mission, your vision. But joy is what then feeds the purpose, because if you don't know what your purpose is or what you enjoy doing, or you just don't see the point of you being here, you're not sure why you're here, and especially if you're suffering from chronic pain, that could be easy to think, but you need to understand that because that the pain itself is a consequence of not doing action in alignment and not doing from joy. There is no joy in the doing that you're doing, and that results long term into that desperation, into that feeling lost. And often my personal experience was that joy wasn't even a consideration in what I was doing. Doing was so primary, so important. I was just so motivated into the doing. You do and you achieve and you get there. But unfortunately, once you get there, you will understand that the journey is the goal itself, and the goals are very insignificant, and they will not give you what you're looking for. The achieving a target, then that target will not give you the satisfaction, the feeling, and most certainly it will not heal you from chronic pain, because it is the accumulation of the tension and the going over yourself that you have to do in order to achieve that then loses you along the way. So you arrive to that final destination, to that goal, with being lost, with losing yourself in the process. But the difference in living with the joy, understanding that you are responsible for your joy in your life, understanding that you're the one who needs to start looking for it, who needs to start searching for different ways that could potentially bring that joy, even if you don't know where to start, even if you don't know where that joy has been lost even, or if it ever was there. Okay, and this will work hand in hand with that alignment, because you will then understand, you will be able to enjoy the journey, and with enjoying the journey, pain doesn't need to be there. You become strong enough to then decide, okay, I can do this without the pain. I can do this without chronic pain appearing constantly, because we're creating that tension of the pain because the joy isn't primary. The joy never was. The suffering is primary if we're experiencing pain. And the suffering has become a normal. And we need to learn, and only you can learn this for yourself, to look for that joy and find sense in that joy. And you yourself allow yourself to experience joy, because that joy then fills you, that fills the gap once you let go of the suffering, once you allow the suffering to go away. Literally, this is how it is with pain. You have to allow it not to be there, and then there is place for joy, for that long-lasting joy that fuels your mission, your purpose here, that you choose. The purpose is something that you choose again, you look for, because it can change every day, your purpose here. But your vision can be aligned with you, can be aligned with, I know my purpose, I know my vision, or I choose my purpose along the way. Every single day I change, I adjust the way I do things, I liberate myself from the closure of just doing things a certain way, from that imprisonment even, from that imprisoning yourself. And often the doing becomes so important that we lose sight of the joy at all, and then it results that probably we achieve that goal without that joy ever being there. But we think that the joy is there at the end of the journey, that it will come once we reach a certain point. But in the meanwhile, life happens, and we need to learn how to bring that joy with us along the way. The joy in doing is the only thing that can bring you sustainable happiness and easy growth. This is very important, especially because once you become a creator of your life, once you become fully responsible, then you're responsible also for that growth. And that growth, that if you, what the mind thinks is, someone's gonna save me, and overnight I become a success. Overnight I'll shift and I'll have what I want. That's what the mind thinks, right? It's like it's keeping us safe in the comfort. I don't need to change, but some outer situation, the lottery, whatever, miracle, something, will shift me overnight and I become what I want. I will have what I want. Reality is that this is only keeping you inside the comfort zone, and the reality is you must change into that version that has those things. Because if you got something you want overnight, then you wouldn't be able to receive it. Your nervous system would freak out, because you would come up, okay, your mind patterns would be, I don't deserve this, I can't believe it, and you wouldn't believe it, therefore you would lose it in that instant. This is why it's not coming. The miracle, if it's not coming for you, that's why it's not coming. But once you become that version that has it, then it's sustainable for you. I can see there's a little space on my card left, so let's see if we can fit it in. You can search for this joy by stopping the doing that does not bring you joy and trying out new doing that might. or doing less doing. We need to remember doing is also thinking. The way you think is doing. That multiplies what happens. You choose your doing. You choose how you think, you choose what you do, what action you take. Boredom and not doing are important parts of this transformative doing, because they are the bridge to finding your alignment again. This is very interesting and important. It's brave to be bored and not do. And it will bring a lot after you've experienced it, a lot more than you can think. The process it awakens and brings. This is a good exercise to look for the joy in doing. Is the not doing, the boredom, allowing yourself to be bored, lost, not knowing what to do. And then the right doing, the correct, the only necessary doing can emerge from this. And when doing is not aligned with joy, we find ourselves frustrated and afraid of missing out. So we compensate these feelings with more non-aligned doing, and we hope for worth, value from the outside. Okay, self-value is also connected to this very well. This is a point that I'll leave at that. It makes a lot of sense. And this then creates unease and pain of the body. Okay, that non-aligned doing and the fear of missing out, it comes from not enough grounding, not enough self-worth within ourselves. And next time you try not doing, when you really feel like this doing is not at all something you want to do. This is a big exercise and a big challenge to try not doing. And you can play with this once the emotions arise. What energy you do from, that's how it's gonna turn out. Okay, so if there's something that you are aware, well, this is not the energy I want to be doing with. I was recently working on paying and the energy with which I pay for things. And if you're not happy with the energy you have that comes up, the emotions that come up when you're paying, you can change this. And you can change this by allowing yourself to allowing this process to go through you for days even. Observe how you are once you're paying, and then you can change it into how you want it to be. This is the only way you change it, by stepping away from it, observing, and then deciding, okay, how do I want to change it? And the difference between you now and your dream version is that your dream version only does what it wants to be doing, but for some reason you keep convincing yourself that you must keep doing what you don't want to be doing. This is very important. This says it all. Your dream version doesn't do what it doesn't want to be doing, what you don't want to be doing. But you, for some reason, are still doing things you don't want to be doing, and you're convincing yourself that you must do them. I'm going to end this video here before my card runs out. And have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye.